how's it going? Today I'm going to be taking a look at the upcoming release for Marvel Crisis Protocol from Atomic Mass Games, and this is the Wolverine and Sabretooth box. Okay, so taking a look at Wolverine and Sabretooth for Atomic Mass Games Crisis Protocol. Here we have a bit of fluff about them, along with what the contents of the box are. There is an alternative head in here, which is nice to see. They crop up rarely, so it's always a nice touch. Just want to have a quick look at Victor Creed. Sabretooth, Assassin and Mercenary. The past intertwined throughout decades of conflict. Well, fair enough. Doesn't give me any indication as to what flavour he is, but we'll find out in a moment. In the box you get a pack with all the cards, plastic and assembly instructions. So assembly instructions is one-sided, fairly simple. Wolverine is a simple 4 steps and Sabretooth is 5 steps? No, 4 as well. So straightforward. A little bag of sprue. We get 4 32mm and then our 2 sprues. You can compare and contrast. So on the left here we have Wolverine. I say they're both Unipose models. Alternate head there for Logan / James / Wolverine / Weapon X //. Nice level of detail on them. Not a huge amount of mold lines or flash on them. Victor in that classic comic book look, which I think they did really well in the first film. It was a shame they made him just a growling beast. Let's have a look at Sabretooth first, because he is the better of the two. So we have Sabretooth. He's a substantially towering figure, as is only right, and he went together very quickly. Like I say, mold lines are practically non-existent. Seam lines are they're noticeable in places, but they've kept them to where you would see them on the suit. So if you don't want to fill or putty, you don't have to. Even things like his hairline was separate. So a nice figure. Having a quick look at his card. Interesting thing for me is he does not have adamantium, which is a bit of a shame. Otherwise, stamina 6, movement long, so he's quick, height 3, so bigger than your average bear. Leadership 4, defenses 3 across the board. He's a claw slash and savage predator, so he's all about ramping up the attack and then finishing off. He does have a passive ability aggressive, so after an attack targeting this character is resolved, if you suffer any damage, it can advance short towards the attacking character. Combine that with the fact that he can, move L. He's not going to be out of combat particularly long, which is good, because if he is, he'll end up in a bad way. Let's have a look at Wolverine then. He was originally planned to be Sabretooth's son by the creator, but other people wrote that out, which is a crying shame, I feel. So Logan himself, he has that come at you bub, and the fact he's looking up is nice, because if I compare him to Sabretooth there, you get that real sort of diorama feel between the pair of them. I assume that's Sabretooth just rocking up on his birthday to kick him again. Build-wise, again, they've used the seam lines and muscle structure, things like that, to hide the joins. I will say putting these arms on was a little bit of a pain. They sit flush, but then half of the lower, I suppose, muscle between the elbow and the wrist is the word I'm looking for there. The actual muscle structure is used to key it into place, which is a nice touch, because then you can nestle it up quite easily and it hides it, it masks it well. But for me, I glued him down to his base first, and then I'm trying to attach these, and I'm a little bit shaky. So there was a little footeriness there, because there's no actual locks or keys in place on it. It's just the flat part of the glove fits against the flat part of the muscle, and then the separate muscle structure is your locking point. So there was some footering and slight swearing on that, but gorgeous model overall. Wolverine is, now I'm not going to say there's hero bias here, but he's got more stamina than Sabretooth, and he's never beaten Sabretooth in a straight up fight, in a knockdown over any basis of time. Just, you know, throwing that out there. Slower moving, smaller, leadership's the same, bit tougher as well, presumably because he's got adamantium. I would like to see an adamantium version of Sabretooth in the future, because he also has a better healing ability than Logan. So all about the attacks again. So adamantium slash and berserker barrage. Before damage is dealt, place this character within one of the target, and if the attack deals damage, the character size 3 left, you can chuck him around. He also has some passive abilities, so he's healing factor of 2 and immunity to stun. He's interesting if he does get brought down low, because that healing factor throws his immunity up to stagger as well. And he gains wild rage, so he adds 1 attack for each damage he has. So he gets a bit more punchy as time goes on. You also get a set of card tokens, including bleeds, and then their cards. So we have a 1-2 punch. We have exceptional healing. See what they did there? That's actually very nice as a reactive ability for either of them. It reduces the amount of incoming damage to 1. 3 power to use it, mind you, but late game that could be very annoying when somebody spent a lot of time powering up. And then finally the Weapon X program itself. If this character is thrown short, it does not suffer any damage. It collides with, if it collides with another character or train feature. So seems a bit costly, but again, I suppose it depends on the terms of the game. So there we have it. He is the best at what he does, apparently. Even though I'm fairly certain Sabretooth should be kicking him around the car park every now and again. But they're a very evenly matched pair of characters. It should be an awful lot of fun to play on the tabletop, and they certainly both give you that fury that you may want in your games of Marvel Crisis Protocol. So let me know what you think below.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.